Greg Hamlin here from Blues Guitar Unleashed. Welcome. Thanks for joining me. In today's video, I'm going to take you through a really cool little process. And we're going to do two things. We're going to take some moves and stick them together and turn them into a lick. But I'm also going to show you how to learn the little bitty moves part that we put together and increase the speed. Okay, so this is kind of both like learning licks and getting faster kind of all at the same time. So let me just jump into the first part. We're going to be working in the key of C minor. I know typically people do it in A, do it in G. I felt like doing C. I was listening to I'm Tore Down, which is in C. Okay, so box 1 in C, 8, 11, 8, 10, 8, 10, 8, 10, 8, 11, 8, 11. I'm going to assume that you know that. Okay, I'm not gonna do that. We're going to take the 10th fret on the 3rd string, bend it, then do this really common move right here. So we bend it. Now notice that at that point, I gotta kill it because I need to now hit the 8th fret on the 2nd string and the 8th fret on the 1st string. So notice that little finger roll that happens. I don't want them both. I don't want it to ring out. So I gotta do a little shift. Also notice that my right hand drags across. So when I hit that note on the 2nd string, the back of my thumb and the heel of my hand have muted out the 3rd string, just to make sure that when I let go with that 3rd finger, that I don't get something to ring out like that. And then I'm going to grab the 11th fret on the 2nd string. Now what's important here is the beat and the timing, as always. If you are new to my videos, new to my world, counting and timing is everything. And in this example and what we're going to do here, that's going to be really obvious. And it's really a crux. So if you're not willing to count, this is going to be difficult. So the way I'm going to count this, the first beat is a rest. 1 and I'm not going to play anything. I'm going to play 2 and then 3. So 1 and 2 and 3. 4 and 1. 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and Okay, so obviously I counted through that several times to give you some opportunity to kind of play along with me. If you have to look, that's a problem. There's only 4 notes here, so make sure you memorize this. Memorization is also a key. You can't look at the screen, at the guitar. You should probably be using a metronome. I'm not using a metronome at the moment, but I have really good time, so I'm kind of going to be your metronome. But what I would suggest to you to do, the way that you're going to work the speed on this, is actually slowly increase your metronome about, say, 5 or 10 clicks each time. So it would start out nice and slow. 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. 2 and 3, and you'd play it a few times this way, and then you'd speed it up. 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and then you'd speed it up a little more after a few times. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, and then you go a little faster. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. 4 and 1, right? 1 and 2. And whether you use your 3rd finger or your pinky there, it doesn't really matter, by the way. And you would continue to do that. You would continue to increase that pace until it gets to the point where you start making mistakes. Okay? That's it. That's as far as you can go for now. Okay? Things will get better. But what's important is that you keep that count going. Okay? You're going to get to a point where counting is going to be difficult. It's hard to count. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1. That's okay. Just do your best, but keep counting. Don't stop. That's the most important thing. I know that sounds strange. It's different for a lot of people, but that's the most important thing. So this is obviously a really simple little thing, right? We're just playing this. Okay, so let's look at the next thing. 1 and 2. Okay, so this, we're coming from the other direction. This is another move. This happens all over the place. Just like this. We do that all over the place. We do this all over the place. We're going to start on that 8 at the top string. We're going to do a little pull off from the 11 to the 8 on the second string. And then we're going to do that bend again, the 10th fret on the third string, and just choke it off when we're done with the picking hand. Counting wise, 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and it gets faster. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1. And don't worry if you can't do, like I do a little bit of vibrato when I get to the top of the note and stuff. Don't worry about that. Just get it clean. You don't have to worry about adding vibrato or any of that kind of stuff. Just get the note clean. Get it to pitch, shut it off. No big deal. Okay. Now, again, if you were practicing this on your own, I would say play this at 60 beats a minute, and then play that a bunch till you get it really, really easy. Right? Play it at 65 till it's really easy. Play it at 70 till it's really easy. Play it at 75 till it's really easy. Play it at 80. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Okay? You're going to get to a point where it gets really hard and you're having a hard time, and you might even miss once in a while. When that happens, go up one more. Okay? You got to push it a little bit. Your fingers will get complacent unless you make them work for it. Okay? So, we got 2 little moves so far. And this. Let's look at a third move. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1. Okay, so this one, that same bend at the 10th fret of the third string, but this time we're going to release it, pull off to the 8, get the 10 at the 4th string, and end it on the 8th fret of the third string. And again, this is a move that you're going to do all over the place. It might be up here, might be down here, but I can promise you, you're going to do this a lot. Okay, so in time, 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1. 2, a little faster, 3 and 4 and 1, and 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3. Keep up as long as you can. 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 2, 3. And now we're playing, now we're cooking along in a nice shuffle tempo. So that's where we want to be, right? We want to get to that comfortable shuffle tempo. Okay, so now what happens? We have 3 different ideas, right? Right? And then, and 1, 2, that. What happens if we put a couple of those ideas together? Remember I said these are moves. These are small little fragments. Sometimes you'll use them by themselves. Absolutely. You could absolutely play these, just as a quick statement in your solo somewhere. But what if we wanted to put the first 2 of them together? 1. See how they kind of merge? So we have the first 4 notes here, and then the last 4 notes. Okay, so those last 2 notes of the first move were the first 2 notes of the second move. So we just put them all together. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and again, you want to take your time with this. It's almost like its own unique idea now, right? We have the little version, the other little version, and then we stuck them together, but that new version kind of becomes its own thing too. So you can use all of them, okay? What if we tack on the third little move? 1, 2. We have a nice lick, right? So we have, again, that last bend at the end, right? We just had this. Well, that bend up becomes the very beginning of the last little thing. We return it. So we just kind of move these all together. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1, 2, a 3, a 4, a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1. And if you can do the individual parts, 2, 3, 4, a 1, then putting them together shouldn't be that tough. Because fundamentally, you've done the move that matters. So those little moves get stuck together and put into licks. That's how they go. And what you're going to find is that as you learn more and more licks, you're going to see those same little moves appear over and over and over and over again. So if you learn them in these little tiny sections like that and then blend them together, when you see them down the road in other licks, they're going to make very good sense to you. Now, I do use kind of a cool little thing. In my metronome app will actually increase in tempo for me. That's kind of handy. If you have stuff like this that you want to practice on and you want something to keep time for you, you can do that. This process, this methodology that I use for licks, there's dozens and dozens and dozens of licks. I have a course called Blues Speed Building Blocks, and it works like this, where you go through these licks, we build them out using these different sections, put them together into a solo at the end of there's like several different sections. I can't remember. But there's solos at the end of each of them too, where we put a bunch of the licks together. And it's got, audio tracks that go faster and faster and faster like they're supposed to. So you don't have to have a metronome, or you don't have to have something that will keep increasing the speed for you. It's all taken care of. And I'll leave a link near this video for that. But if you're just working on this kind of stuff at home, you can use, if you have a metronome app on your phone that will automatically increase the tempo, that's great. Or you simply stop, turn the tempo up, hit start again, and go again. Get comfortable, hit stop, turn the tempo up, go again. Either way is fine. It's nice to have it do it automatically, but it's certainly not a necessity. And I hope no matter what, that you'll take the time to do this. And like I said, once you get to that spot, okay, this is the big key for building speed. When you get to that spot that you're struggling to get the words out, you're struggling to keep up, your fingers are starting to trip around, it's not your fingers, okay, that are flailing. It's your counting, okay? And I know that sounds hard to believe, and you're going to say, oh, my fingers just won't move that fast. Your fingers actually will move that fast. I have no doubt in my mind. I've seen thousands of students with this issue, and it's never finger speed that is the issue. It's always your ear's ability to break down the beats and tell your fingers when to move. So when all of that starts to get herky-jerky, and when you start making a mess and you're starting to mess things up and you're not feeling good about it, go 10 beats faster. Okay? It's gonna make a mess. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be really, really hard. You're gonna make mistakes. That's okay. Do it a few times and then go back to where it's comfortable. You have to push that tempo. You have to tell your ear and your fingers, this is what I'm going to expect of you. It's very, very important, or I promise you will play slow forever. Okay, if all you do is just go as far as you can go and you don't ever really push it, it doesn't get any faster. And if you want to play, like Stevie, I like to say comfortable Stevie Ray Vaughan tempo, right? Pride and Joy goes along about 120 to 126 beats a minute. It kind of speeds up in the middle. So if you want to be able to play that kind of stuff, Sweet Home Chicago, Pride and Joy, those fun, I'm Tore Down, right, by Freddie King, those fun shuffle tempos, 120, 130 beats a minute, they cook right along, they're tons of fun. But if you can't play a little bit faster than that, then you're going to be struggling to keep up. So you want to get yourself to at that 135, 140, 145, where you're nice and comfortable. And then when you play at 120 or 125, it's fun because you're not struggling. Okay, and fun obviously is what it's all about. So a little bit of improvement in speed can go a long ways. All right, so hope this makes sense to you. Obviously, I've given you a fun lick today and some fun little moves, so please work on and put those together. Again, I'll leave a link to my blues speed building blocks course near this video. And I'm Griff Hamlin. I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.